Hey guys, Klutch here, once again with some more American Truck Simulator. Today is a follow-up from our International 9400 build we did yesterday, and this here is going to be the drive. So we've got, the 9400, she's all set up, ready to rock and roll. We just gotta go pick up our trailer, which is just down at the end here, and then we're gonna be going down the Oregon coast. Should be a good trip, so stick around. We'll see you in 2 shakes. Hit or batter.
Klutch Simulations. Alright. So, first off, I want to send a quick shout out to Mr. Chris Keller for updating this mod and getting her up good to go here. Pretty fantastic little truck mod we got going on today. A lot of fun to build this truck, quite a few options as you would have seen. And if you missed that video, make sure you click the card up on the top right there. I'll put a link in the description as well. That'll let you see everything that you have for options on when you build this thing. And as well, in the description, of course, you will find the file to install this into your mod folder of American Truck. So, what are we doing today? Well, today we are heading down the Oregon coast. Yeah, still loving Oregon. Oregon's fantastic, of course. Get those hazards off so you don't have to listen to that incessantly. Alright, so... one of the first things I noticed when I jumped in this truck to back it in and hook up the trailer was the view, the angle, like the mirrors and your backing up angles. Now a lot of these trucks tend to have stacks that kind of stick out the side of the truck. And when you look out the mirror or even out the window to back up, the stack blocks your view. I think the 378, one of my more recent review trucks that I've done, that one is pretty bad for that. If you put the stacks up along the side, you cannot see outside the truck at all to back up against the trailer. But this one here, really good. Let's get around this corner. Thank you. But like if I'm looking at this mirror on my left here, I have no problem seeing down the side of the trailer and out back, which is nice. Definitely nice. Alright. So where are we today? We are up in... let's see if I can remember exactly where we are. I know we're heading down towards Newport. I think we're up in Eureka. So we're just heading straight down the coastline. We are running once again today with the my ultimate map mod setup. So it includes all of Coast to Coast, Viva Mexico. It is still running perfectly fine for me. I know there's been a few guys that had issues with Coast to Coast, but for some reason it is working perfectly fine for me. So if you guys are having issues with that, I would just advise starting from scratch as far as your mod list goes and slowly building back up and testing each time you add a mod. Just test it as you go, basically. But if you're looking for the video on exactly how to build the ultimate map setup, well, you can go check the card system again. I'll put a card link there for that video if you're interested in doing the current version of that. And if you have any questions, of course, just let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to try and help you guys out. So, let's talk more about the International 9800 here. Now, I've done a review, like I said, of the 9300. That's what it was, yeah. So it's a bit of an older truck compared to this. This one's a bit newer. I think it's the next generation, essentially. I like the overall look of the 9300 in a sense. I just like the air filter cans that you get up at the top right side. So on each side of the hood, you'll have some air filter cans there. I really kind of like that. But I don't really mind this one either, to be honest. It's missing those cans. I wish that was an option for this truck, but it unfortunately is not. Other than that, the truck still looks pretty good. I love the having the goose up on the front of the hood there, and that's the big thing with most of the stuff in American Truck, right? You don't have too many cab openers, and I'm just not a fan of the cab over person. I like to have the hood out in front of me. When I'm driving, I like to see a hood in front of my windshield. Kind of, I don't know, just gives you that that look that I'm looking for, I guess. I don't know. This guy, is he gonna cut me off? No, he's staying. Alright, perfect. Now the special transport, special cargo edition has just been released for American Truck as well. Have you guys downloaded it? Let me know in the comments if you've downloaded it. What do you think of it? My personal opinion, I have it for Euro Truck Sim, and I've done a few of them, but I find that once I kind of got into it, it was few and far between. I never did too many jobs for it. It just seemed too constrictive for me. So I haven't really dove into it in American Truck yet. I've done a few jobs in Euro Truck obviously over the years, but American Truck, I just haven't really got into it yet. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. If it's something you're going to find yourself doing quite often or not. Be curious to see all that. I am really liking actually the positioning of the GPS in this truck. Now that being said, it is somewhat limiting in the fact that you can't have it pretty much anywhere else. So it's a good thing I like where it is. So have it in the left hand corner there, what's going on. Yeah, having it in the bottom left hand corner there, that is okay by my books. I tried putting it up, there's a couple spots in the center where I could put some of my other different accessories, but the only one I could get to work was a large tablet style, and it took up so much space that you could barely see anything. Like you wouldn't be able to see the duck on the front of the truck even. It took that much space up. So I'm not sure if there's other accessories that might work better, but you know what, the one that's in the bottom left corner here, that works out pretty good. Now I do wish there were more options for dash colorings, I should say. I don't mind the way this one looks. I just like when you have like a premium edition or exclusive edition dash coloring. It might be an all black or a carbon fiber or something. This one is more like a wood grain, and it looks good. I don't mind it, but I just wish there was some options to that. That being said, you do have the dials all look really good. Like you can read all your gauges fairly well. I especially like the little computer on the right hand side that you have to add in. But being able to take a look at that as you're cruising, and here I'll switch that up when I get around the corner here. Switch through all your different, ooh, what's going on here? All your different trip information and that kind of stuff is just really nice, and I like how big that is in comparison to most of the ones you're going to find on most trucks. They usually put that right in the center of the dash, and you can't really see the information that you want to see on there. I find it's too small for most people. Anyways, so I really like how big that little computer screen is, and being able to adjust that and look through that, that makes a big difference in my book. The other thing I found a little bit funny, so if you watch my gauges here, so that's lights off. If I just go into park lights, it just lights up the needles, which is kind of funny, and then full lights you get in the background as well. It's kind of interesting. I do like how all the switches also have lights behind them, so you can see the center console. I've got all those switches, they all have like an amber light that kind of lights up behind them, and same with my window controls there. That's a nice touch. Same with passenger actually too. In the back, there's not much to look at, but I mean it looks nice enough. And we have our CB radio up top. All looks good, man. All looks good. Looks all good? Yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, so what do we got left here? We got 300 miles to go. We got quite a trek to go, so I'm going to speed this up a touch. I will talk to you guys in a sec. So we're coming in the last little bit of this cruise through the Oregon coast. I only got 68 miles or so left. This is, yeah, probably one of the best drives to do in all of ATS, personally speaking at least. Yeah, I really love this coastline drive. It's pretty awesome. If you can do this way all the way down to the California coast too, it's just a lot of fun. Anyways, so more on the truck here itself. if you guys can't tell already, I do enjoy driving this truck. Like it's a really great truck. There are some shortcomings here and there. I do wish there was more options as far as maybe making a day cab versus having the sleeper in the back. So that's the only option you have is what we currently are driving with. It'd be nice to be able to just customize and have a day cab if you wanted to, but I understand. It is what it is. Same with the chassis itself. You can only go with, what is it, a 6x4 chassis. There's no options to have a longer chassis, shorter chassis, anything like that. So it would be nice to have that option, but you're stuck with what you get basically on that. So other than that, the actual driving of this truck is great. This motor's not bad. I'm not sure which motor I have in here, but obviously you can customize that, and that's something I do plan on doing very soon. Probably next time I drive this truck, I'll switch it up and put something a little beefier. I think we're running a 425 horse, whatever it is. I can't remember if it's a Cummins. I think it's a Cummins. Anyways, it just doesn't sound grunty enough for me, and the jig, what you hear there, is not nearly loud enough. So we'll change that out as well. But for what it is, it's not bad. I mean, I don't mind the sound of this engine, but it's time to upgrade, I think, right? Ooh, look at that sunshine beating in on us here, getting blinded. The other thing I have noticed is yeah, I know, they always expect it soon right now, but the window tends to make things look more vibrant. So this is, just kind of picture this view, and then if I go outside right now, everything seems a bit more muted. I don't know what it is. Oops, let's get back in there. There we go. I find, yeah, there's something, oh, stay there, thank you, that the windscreen is making things more saturated almost. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I find that inside the cab you get a little bit more color out of everything in the game world, which definitely isn't a bad thing. I just was kind of surprised by it. Alright, so here's the town of Newport. We're just pulling in. We got to go all the way through Newport, I believe, to get to our drop-off location. Get over the lane here. Perfect. Alright. So once again, Mr. Chris Keller, thank you so much for giving me access to this mod. Well done, my friend. It's yeah, very nice job on this truck itself, on the update to it. My understanding was this truck was available, but just had not been updated for the current version, and he is the individual who has taken care of it. So it's, yeah, it looks great. And is functioning properly. Like at least see a lot of the switches inside, everything tends to work that's supposed to for the most part. I do love when developers do that, or when mod makers take the time to make all the switches. So if you just watch like the maxi brakes over there, when I put the brakes on, they all come on as well. I do like when guys take the time to make that stuff all work and come together. That's always a nice touch. $21 miles. So let's see here. Now I think where do we pick this up from? It was like a Walmart depot, wasn't it? Yeah, it'll probably be some kind of another consumer dock of sorts. We'll see how that works out. But luckily for me, we got pretty good sight lines out of this truck, which is nice. All right, so. Oh, we just got to cross this bridge. That's right. I always forget about this bridge here. Going to Newport. Does look good up here though, doesn't it? Oh, I love the Oregon stuff. All the Oregon DLC stuff is great to drive through. Alright, so let's warp ahead here, and I'll meet you guys once we get there. Hopefully we don't get stuck by this tugboat. I think we're good to go though. I'll meet you guys over at the dock. Alright, now if memory serves me correctly, I believe the drop-off location is like a Walmart store or one of the Whole Foods stores, so we'll see where that is, just up on the left here. Looks good down in here. This is, what is this, Newport, I believe? Yeah, looks pretty cool. I do love traveling through these smaller coastal towns through Oregon. They all look pretty good, from Coos Bay. Yeah, anyways, just really cool. Let's see, now I think I've got to drive all the way past. Come back in. Oh, there's some logs. I'd like to go do some more logging runs too. That's still my favorite part of that. Those are the best trips to do. Often a little bit of off-roading. It's kind of like Mud Runner all over again. Alright. Ooh, barely got through there. Alright, so this here should be... yeah, it's not on the left, it's past this intersection. I've gotten trapped here before. Oh, whoa. Come on, man. Jamming everybody up here. Yeah, so it's that building just past this intersection is where we need to get to. Sun is going down. We're 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 p.m. Sun's going down. We got a nice sunset over the Pacific here, over the coast. But I don't know what this guy's doing, so I'm going to go around him because that just looks like it's going to be a mess. He's not moving. Not sure what's going on with that, or he's trying to get to, but what he's doing is not working for him, that's for sure. Alright, man. I don't know what you're trying to get into, but alright. Let's run this. Now this is the next problem, is we need to get into right here. That's where we need to be. And this is going to be another fight, unfortunately. I have done this trip once before, I believe, and it must have been similar to this, because I was stuck in this exact same kind of predicament before, too. Hopefully these guys go. If they don't, we're going to have to do some finagling to get this all to work. There they go, perfect. So I'm going to pull in here. This one, no, he's going to let us in. Nice, thank you. You're not getting through that light anyways, who are you kidding? Put our hazards on. So the drop-off bay should be just on the back side here. Now we've got some pretty good mirrors in this truck, like I said before, so not... Yeah, there it is. I do like this bay. Look at this, there's nothing even parked back here. Usually there's like a dumpster or something parked back here from what I remember too. It's always a bit of a struggle. And then all the way back in. I always overcorrect every single time. And that should about do it for us today, guys. Thanks so much for coming along for the ride. And of course, remember, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. Always appreciate that. And of course, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well, guys, so you can be caught up to date on all the stuff we're doing here for Euro Truck, American Truck, FS17, FS19 right away here as well. And other than that, guys, I will catch you next time. This is Klutch. Over and out.